It has been almost 1 month exactly since I started my little investment challenge. The way this challenge worked is I took 10 people and gave them $50 worth of Steam funds to buy the best investment that they could think of. If they are the winners, which would be 2 times profit, I would give them $50 Canadian to spend wherever they wanted on whatever they wanted. Don't forget that it is Canadian, not US dollars. It's basically like investing for free, so if you want to do a really safe investment to win this, or maybe try something risky that you're not confident with doing on your own, this was your opportunity to do it. So now that these picks are about 1 month old, let's see how these are going so far, and unfortunately with the current market, it's not too hot. First up, let's take a look at the cases. The clutch case was purchased at 14 cents Canadian and it currently sits at 12 cents Canadian. The clutch case is still in the active drop, it's just worth so much because of the gloves. With investors slowing down, the quantities are getting too high, and that is why the price is starting to fall. If a new case is released and the clutch case finds itself in the non-prime drop pool, the current price is irrelevant in my opinion. It would still rise at an insane rate for a case if you ask me. So if Valve comes out with a case soon and the clutch case goes into the non-prime drop pool, I still think it has a really good chance of winning this. The next case up to bat is the CS20 case, which is in a similar position. It was purchased at 9 cents because it rose in price when I bought it, unfortunately, so it is still at 9 cents today. It's just a waiting game right now, and Valve not putting out any new updates really hurts the chances of both of these cases currently. The third case would be the original Spectrum case. The Spectrum case was on a nice upswing at the time of purchasing, so it was purchased at 32 cents. The case currently finds itself at 28 cents at the time of this video, but the quantities at these lower prices are very low, so it could bounce around a little bit and it could go back up to 32 cents. It's really just the state of the markets at this point in time, and it could recover very fast. The question for this case is how much higher can it go though, because it was bought at 32 cents. This is not a cheap case, this one was 32 cents, it's been out of the active drop pool for quite some time. So can it really double in value? That is the question that we have. The fourth case that was picked would be the CS20 case, and this has been the most promising out of everything. I expressed how I felt about the future of this case, and it seems like other people did also, because it rose in price substantially right after purchasing it. It was 3 cents away from hitting that 2 times mark. It was so close, but then the hype died off, and now the price currently sits at 11 cents. But it was purchased at 9 cents, so it's still higher than what I purchased it for, so the CS20 case is in a pretty good position right now. Out of everything, I still consider this to be my favorite to win. For the last case involved in this challenge, let's enter the bumpy road of the Gamma 2 case. At the time of purchasing it, it was at 19 cents before it was manipulated. Prices spiked, but they weren't close to 2 times, and the case now finds itself at 14 cents. This case is the biggest loss out of everything purchased, but I feel like this is the reaction to the prices being too high. I personally believe that the case can stabilize at a higher price than what it currently is, and then we will see a gradual rise from there. There were 2 skins that were picked, and I believe they tell a similar story, but there is a leader here. The MP9 Dark Age is slightly outperforming the Meg 7 Counter Terrace. I would say an Operation release would allow the Counter Terrace to shine if the new collections get reused, or Valve releases another group of new Operation skins. Time will tell, but at the moment the Dark Age has a slight edge. And moving on from one low quantity item to another, let's take a look at the Berlin 2019 Viewer Pass. The Viewer Pass spiked early on.
Market manipulation, maybe.
Anyways, it spiked early on and has since then balanced out. Still more than what it was bought for, but just barely. This item will need a big boy investor to come in and swoop up multiple, because there is quite a long road for this item to hit 2 times profit. For the stickers, they are also very similar. Both the Berlin 2019 Alex Gold and Big Hollow Cavvisa 2019 haven't really moved in price. This represents the market currently, and it was hard to predict this. I assumed that the major game postponed again would be pretty boring and the market would suffer, but I didn't expect Valve to leave the game during this time. They have not done any substantial updates during this time. An operation or any kind of event to replace the void left by the major would be massive for the market, but nothing has been done so far. After seeing the picks that people made, I initially thought that someone was going to hit the goal before February. Unfortunately, I don't know if that is possible now. Adding an operation at this stage may backfire for these items because the initial market drop hits when the operation comes out. And as people make money from the operation, they spend it on other items. That is what allows these items to recover and reach even higher prices. At the time of recording this, more information has been released about an update, and it might come out the day I finish this video, maybe not, maybe so. If the operation does come out now, there will be time for prices to recover, but I don't know if they will have time to rise. I think the next few months will be very interesting for this challenge. Best of luck to everyone participating, and if you like this kind of content or you'd like to keep up with the challenge, consider subscribing. I'm going to keep up with the challenge, and I'm going to continue talking about the market during this time.